Hello everyone, my name is Yogesh. In today's video, I will be explaining about Firebase. Now, the reason for recording this video is I found one thing very interesting is Firebase consists of two databases. One is real-time database and second is Firestore. And usually if you are a programmer and if you start searching like how to query Firebase, how to insert data in Firebase or update data in Firebase, so it might be possible you will end up on some code which is of Firestore, and when you will try to do the same code for real and you are using real-time database, the same code won't work. So there is always a confusion what code works and all. So in today's video, I will clear that all confusion, uh, and I will give you all the tools to quick start with your Firebase. Okay. So let's start with the real-time database. Real-time database is very easy. So you have to go into this, like real-time database just consists of like these are 4 tabs. So you have to just log in, start a database, and that's all you need. And you for demo, you just need to go into your rules and update dot read to be true and write to be true. That's all. Okay. So that it can allow you to read and write. So now both the databases are NoSQL databases. NoSQL database means everything is a document and it will be accessed by a key. So the document is nothing but a key value pair. So it's just a JSON document. Okay. So let's start by understanding the example which we will cover. Okay. So the basic example I'm covering of a merchant and ledger database. So the merchant is nothing but a person with some, you can say, properties: first name, last name, phone number. Now the phone number will act as its primary key. Primary key means unique identifier, means the phone number we should know for querying the merchant. We should know the phone number and we know, okay, this is the merchant. And second is his ledger entries. Ledger entry is nothing but a register for his credit debit account. So on this day he debited that much money or he credited that much money. That's kind of a thing. But in that I don't want to know the primary key. The reason is if I have to get a ledger for a, you can say, merchant, I can just say, okay, with this phone number get me his last 10 transaction. So I don't have to worry about you can say the primary key of the ledger, because his ledger is dependent upon the merchant itself and merchant is dependent upon the phone. So for now, why I'm explaining this is because for something, if we are to insert, we don't want to know what will be the key, but for something we surely want to know what is the key. Okay. So let us just do in a demo, let's just jump into a demo. Okay. So I'm using the Node.js. Now, if you are using .NET, Java, or anything, you don't have to worry about, because the method remains same across. The only thing will change is the syntax, but these methods like .child, .set, .ref will remain same across, so you don't have to worry about it. So this is the initial configuration which we need for our, you can say, database connection. So that you can easily find in your Firebase. If you go to the project overview, here you will go for your sample app and you can say, okay, web sample. And if you go here, and it will give you all the text what you need to copy paste in your code. So it depends upon what you are like. This is the thing which I just copy pasted, so you don't have to worry about this. Will all will be available in this project overview. So now let's go to the databases. Back again in the real-time database. Okay, so let's start with the basics. So this is, as I told you, NoSQL database. So this is a, you can say, document viewer. This is not the database example. So here you can add key value pair. So if I just here key value pair, and inside this, if I have to add inside this, so I can have a nested of a document, nested document. So this is what it is. So let us just start with the basic example. So I will be creating a, you can say, customers as a node, or you can say collection, and then I will be inserting merchants, or you can say customer, into it. And as I told you, my phone number is the identifier. So my function for creating a connection is like database.ref and passing the, you can say, node name or connection name to it. And then I'm saying in that collection, let me create a child with this phone number as a key, because as I told you, I know my key is my phone number. So there cannot be duplicate one. If someone execute this statement multiple time, it will just overwrite the same, you can say, key. Means it is just unique. So if I run this now, this node and space, the file name is the command. So if I go and refresh, here you can see these data came from there, from, you can say, my code. So as you can see, my key is my phone number. So in customers, I know if I give my phone number, it's my data. So I want to know the key. So let us do few more example of it. It's very simple. You don't have to worry about it. So let's go here. So here, as what I'm doing is I'm creating multiple collection. One is login collection, and so in the, you can say, uh, so one is login collection, you can say collection, and second is the ledger collection. Okay, in ledger again, my key will be the phone number. Okay, as I told you, the basic key will be the phone number, but inside the ledger, I don't want a phone number. So now suppose I want to have a login database also, even though the Firebase has its on, you can say, user management, you can use that. So but we are using this one. So again, the code is same. I am saying database.ref. There is no login collection available. So as you know, NoSQL is schemaless, so you can create schema on the fly. So if it is not there, it will just create it. Else, if it is there, it will just add into it. So if I just run my code again from here, and I go here, so if I just refresh, login, even I don't need to refresh, this is like real time. So again, data came with my keys. Now, as I told you, ledger will be identified by the phone number, but each ledger entry is a document within itself. So how we are doing is, so the method which we are using for inserting and updating is set. Okay, so give an example. Let me just show you one more time. So if I keep my phone number same and I add something, I change my name to Yogesh, and if I just run it again, so as I told you, it won't insert a new entry, but it will update the same because the key is the phone number. Okay, but now let's go into the ledger. So here the method which I used is set. So set is for insert and update both, but here the code is almost the same. The thing is only set is being replaced with push. Now, what does this push means? It will push a new sub entry into this key. Okay, and it will be a new, you can say, record into it. So if I just remove, let me just keep it 5 records here, and let me just change it to 21 so that I can see. And if I just now run it again and go here, so you will see a ledger entry came, and here you can see a new nodes are inserted. Now if I, so the previously when I was running the same code, it was updating the same document, but now here you see the key is totally new. So the key is auto generated. We are not telling the key because for each ledger entry we don't need to control. The only thing which we need to control is all the entry for this phone number should lie under this phone number. So if I run my code again, so it will insert 5 more entries there. So if I go here, so here you can see the 5 more entry came. The reason is every time push will insert a new entry without a key, means a new key will be generated. You don't have to specify the key. So this thing you need to remember when you are creating a known, you can say, attribute for a known key, then you can go for set. But if you have to insert every time a new document, then you can go with the push. It's very simple. So now it comes to how you will access the data. That's the only, like, okay, one more thing, let's go and update some data also. Let's say you want to update something in the ledger, so, and I want to update under my ledger. So for ledger, my phone number, I will specify with this, you can say, a path kind of a thing, and I want to update a child. Let's say the first child I want to update, I will just take his key and I will say update the amount to triple, this 4 times 1. So if I do this, so set, as I told you, set is for not, not, you can say, it won't insert a new document, instead it will update the existing document. So if I go here, the amount has been updated. Okay, so the set is the something which you will be using if you have to update the document as well as insert the new document. But if you want to insert every time a new document, then push is the one which you need to use. So this is very simple. So now we are getting all the documents. For phone number, this one, I want to get complete ledger under this phone number, which is my phone number. So if I run it again and just wait, so here you can see it got me all complete document. Okay, now one thing about this document is it's, you see 10 entries here, but it's not the 10 entries, it's one document. It brings all the data as one document. So if you will see in the notepad, let me add a new notepad. Yes, it. So yeah, so let me just decrease the font size to make it more easy visible. So in this one, so here these braces tell you this is one document with 10 sub records. You can say send sub attributes, and each one is the key. So it's not the 10 records you're getting, you are getting complete document, and that's what the NoSQL is. You don't get one record each, you will get one record for everything. So this is the thing. So now let us go back into our you can say example. So I will be querying the queries also. Like let's say you want to query last 10 records, means last 5, you can say, record of the ledger. You don't want all the records, but you want last 5 only from the ledger, not all the 10s. So you can use a method called, first you have to order by key. Key is nothing but with this key it will be ordering, and then you are saying limit to last by 5. So if I run it again, so I will get one document but with 5 sub you can say attributes, or you can say 5 sub documents. Okay, it's very simple. Now coming to the next example, suppose I want to order it by amount. So if I go here, so I can say my ref is ledger slash my phone number, that is my ledger, and then I say order by amount, because it's the amount is the key there. You can say in each document the key is amount, and I will say order to last, limit to last. Now limit to last means last 5 records. If you just say limit to first, it means first 5 records. Okay, by the amount. So if I just run it again, so it will get me order data. So now here you can see first 5 you got like 900, 200, 800, but you don't get 1200 and 2100 and those kind of things, because those are in the next, you can say, ordering. It's not saying like it is all by ascending, but it's saying these are the initial, you can say, numbers for that you can say as per the ordering by amount. Okay, so let's go back again. Now suppose what you want to say is you want to get all the orders where the amount is greater than 300, or you can say let's say 800 if you want to get it, and then you have to say order by amount dot start at. So they have two methods, one is start at, second is end at, and third is equal to. If you want to just get the equal to, then you can use the equal to. So if I run it, the code again, so it got me all the records which are values greater than 800. Okay, so it start with means greater than, that is the minimum value. So ends with means like if I have to get in between 800 and 1200, so I can add one more method and add and say 1200. So if I run my code again, I won't see not 1200, let's say 1100 or 1000, let's say 1100. So I won't get 2100, 1200, 2100 and this triple one, because I say in and at 1100. So if I run it again, so you will see we will get only these record which are in between that range. So this is like a between kind of statement. Okay, now this example is just to show how you can update all the sub documents. Now let's say I have this ledger data, I have this date, but suppose I want to add a numeric date. Numeric date means a numeric field where I don't want this 12-02, I just want 12-02-2020. I just want to add a new field to each and every document. So how you will do it? Okay, so this is the syntax which I have made. So first is you will get all the ledger for the person, then for each, you can say, so as I told you, everything is one document. So the one thing which we retrieve is one document. So if you have to update each and every document, so you have to first query traverse through each and every value in this document. So the first thing I got is I want one complete document with of, you can say, this phone number, complete ledger. Then what I got is I got the keys. This object.keys method will get me the keys of this. Means keys means I will be getting these values by the comma separated, like these kind of, I will get a list of these values, just the keys. Okay, once I got the keys, then I can retrieve this document. Okay, and if I can retrieve the document, I can just add a new column to it, new call with some value to it. So first is I will get all the keys. So this is method for getting all the keys. Then I'm looping through all the keys, and then I'm getting the document, adding a new field to it, that is date num, replacing hyphen with empty string so that I can have 12-02-2020. And then I'm just using set method and passing key into the child method. Why the key? As I told you, set is for updating. I'm not inserting. If I do a push, it will insert a new value. So if I do this and run my code again, so in all of them, you will see one more column added. So here you see a new column has came. So in this complete video, what we have covered is we have covered how to connect Firebase database, how to query it, how to insert data with set and push. Push is for always new document and set is for updating the same document and inserting a new, both the things we do. How to update all the sub documents into a, you can say, a collection, and then how to query you like between clause. The one thing you have to understand is this order by, you can only order by one key. If you have to order by two keys, means where you say like amount is equal to something, and that and has to be queried again from the sub collection. You cannot do it and it on the same one. So that we need to be very aware of. I hope this all things will help you. Now coming to the Firestore. Now the Firestore, as I told you, there are two databases. These are not one database, and Firestore is the newer version of it. It's better. It's the you can say real time is very fast compared to the Firestore, but Firestore is better in terms of, you can say, flexibility and feature. The query is far better in Firestore. And the thing is, in real time we have one, you can say, you can say collection, and other things are documents. So we don't have sub collections. I cannot add a ledger as a sub collection under it. I can add it as a document but not as a collection. But in Firestore I can add a sub collection will be totally separate from the, you can say, just adding entry. So let us just start with, as I showed, so the example as I'm covering is merchant example, where the merchant details will be there and his debit ledger will be sub ledger. So it will be sub collection to it. So ledger will be sub collection entity. So if I run, so here if you see the code is exactly the same. The only thing it will change is one initial, I have to get database.ref. Here I have to say .firestore, and instead of just ref I have to use collection. I have to say merchant is my collection. And if I have to provide the keys to the document, so here we used to have child. Now instead of child we have doc, because everything is a document here. So I will say document, and this is my key, and set a new thing. Set remains set. It is for update and insert as well, but it will not add a new document if you will run it again and again. So it will just update the same key. So I will say Firestore example. If I run it now, in a while, if I just refresh the page, because this time this is not that fast in real time, we might need to restart, refresh it. So here you see my merchant collection came, and here you can see I don't have any sub collection. So but you can see like there is, like, I can add a field and add a collection in between. And the best part is you can have a sub to sub collection. Suppose you have an merchant and like let's say you have a post and you have comments, and comment can have further comments. You can sub comments. So you can add a collection called comments under the comments, and again under that you can add furthermore same collection with the name. So there is no problem. You can go to 500 level. I think 500 is the limit for that. So let me just comment it out. This for code. This is for inserting and updating. Now I am going into, you can say, I have to query get a single document. Means I just want to get my document under this, you can say, merchant. So I will say merchants dot document, and I will get complete data. So here you can, okay, let me just manually insert the ledger first. Okay, let me just add a ledger. So I will go into my phone number. I will say I want to add a collection called ledger, and I will auto ID will be there, and I will say credit amount to be 1200. I will change it to number, and I will add date to be uh, let's say 12/02/2020. So this is the thing, and I will say add 1200. If I save it, so I have you can say sub collection. So under the phone number, so the path is merchant slash phone number slash ledger, and then this document which I added. So suppose I want to get all complete merchant documents. So if I say merchant comma doc, and I will say okay, print me all the data. And if I run this code again, so what it will do is it will give me an error. Wow. So okay, so I just commented this one also. Let me run it again. So here you can see it got my document, but now the main thing is it didn't got my ledger. The reason is you have to specifically ask it to get the ledger. It won't get you automatically. It don't get you the sub collection. It only get the topmost collection. So to get the sub collection, what I will be saying is I'll say get me document, which is this one with this key from the merchants, and I want a sub collection that is ledger. So if I run it again, now here I can see my ledger entries also. Okay, so sub collection you have to use dot sub collection, and other thing is like dot get, and everything is same, so there is no change in that. So adding a document to a sub collection, if I want to add a new, you can say, document, again I will use the set method. What I'm saying is get me merchant, get me the phone number, get me the ledger collection, add a new document. I'm not specifying any key in between, so if I'm not specifying any key, it will auto generate the key, and then setting up the, you can say, a new record. So if I just run it again, and if I go here, it will add a new document here. So here you can see the second document appeared, and it's very simple, it's not that complicated. Okay, now coming to the query part of it. Now the query is little bit different here. Not all the queries will work, so it might need the index and all, but in terms of querying, it is far flexible than the other one. You can query a lot of different things. So again, what I'm saying is get me all the merchants where the name start with Y. Okay, let me just comment the other code. I have two codes, sorry. So get me all the you can say merchants which name start with Y. I can say order by name and start with at Y. So start at is the again the same function what we used in the previous one. Dot get me the document. So here I got my document because my name starts with Y. I can change it to H or any other thing, that whatever you want to check with. If I just run it again, so yeah, H has it. So all of these, wait a second, as a start, okay, because this start with, there is some problem. Give me a second. I say get me, let's say G. Oh, sorry, G. And I will run it again. Started like, you know, yeah. Now it get me all the document where the G is there, but I don't know why it is getting the other one. Okay, ignore this as of now. I need to explore this one part, but the thing is you can do order by and use start with at again with that. If it is number, it's work exactly the same logic how we want to do. I think it is getting a contain kind of a thing for us. So yeah. Okay, now coming to the other one here, what I'm doing is I'm just limiting all the, you can say, only to one document. So for that I have to use dot limit method. So previously we had limit to last and limit to first. Here we have limit and limit to last. So we have limit to last, but for limit we have just limit method. So there is no limit to first, it's just the limit. So if I run this code again, yeah, so I got one record. So this was my whole, you can say, example. I queried all sort of queries, and the reason, so this script will be available. You can just post the comment in the bottom and I will share you the scripts. So this two example will tell you how to work with Firebase and the Firestore both, like real-time database and Firestore both. If you have any confusion, please let me know, put in the comments. And also you can reach me by my phone number and my email ID. My email ID is yogesh.mahela@gmail.com. My phone number is +91. So you can call me, or if you have any note, just reach me anyhow. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.